This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so we are recording. So good morning, everybody. Thank you guys for coming to this morning's Discovery Cafe on communicating with your customers using Constant Contact. I'm not sure how familiar you are with Constant Contact. I know Lainey's on the call. She mentioned that they use Constant Contact Lines HR. It's a great email service. It's very easy, click and drag and drop templates. It's great to use. And plus, I'll let you guys know some information on some discounts you get as being a member of the chamber. So no further ado, we'll hop on into the presentation. So let me look at this. There we go. Okay. So for is the outline today. If I can get the screen working. There we go. So just kind of a brief overview of Constant Contact, Excel, some of the services they offer. And then of course, today's topic, we'll be talking about email marketing service and communicating with your customers through that service. And also touch on the pricing structure with Constant Contact, and also the association partner program. As a member of the chamber, you get exclusive discounts to Constant Contact. So lucky you get discounts on this. They also have free trials, of course, to try before you buy. And also some resources to help you out, designing your newsletter, or if you do newsletter, if you do just any communication to your customers, sales emails, things like that. Just some resources for some ideas, just generate some ideas for your emails, some free stock photos, things like that. And then also just quick hands-on time just to show you guys how it works for those of you who aren't familiar with Constant Contact. So an overview, they have several different services they offer. One of those that they're best known for is their email marketing service. They have a lot of great templates that they already have pre-created for you to use. You can also do email automation and scheduling too. So if someone joins your newsletter or joins your contact list, you can automatically send them an email saying, "Hey, thank you for joining our contact list. Look forward to having you as a customer," something like that. And scheduling. We don't do a whole lot of automation at the chamber with that, but we do a lot of scheduling though. Usually the newsletters we send on Mondays, actually I schedule those usually the Thursday or Friday before because I don't have time to fool with it on a Monday morning. And also analytics too. So if you're interested in your open rate and your click-through rate and what people are clicking on, you can drill down as far as what your most visited links are in your email. For example, I'm not sure if you guys seen the recent change to the Chamber's newsletter. We kind of retooled that earlier this year because I found out, I looked at some historical data on our reports, and people were doing a lot of traffic on our events link and the jobs link. And if that's what people are wanting to look at and wanting to see, then that's what we're going to give them. There's no point in having links and information to things on our website or elsewhere that people aren't clicking on that much. So when someone opens a newsletter, they want to see what's important to them right off the bat. Make it easy to read, make it friendly. We also offer website design too. I'm not familiar with that. The chamber uses exclusively chamber members to do any web design for us, and I suggest you do the same, but you're more welcome to check that out. And they also have social media marketing too. You can integrate your social media with Constant Contact, which is what we do. We typically post our newsletter. We send it out to all the members of the chamber and also some folks that are in the general public that like to receive our newsletter as well. But it also goes to our Instagram, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn as well. You can also auto post to those, and you can also do Facebook and Instagram ads. We don't normally do those through Constant Contact. If we do those, we usually do them directly through that social media platform. So as far as the email marketing service, some of the creating and editing portion of it, it's really easy to use. This is what I started using when I came to work at the chamber. It's drag, drop, it's editing made easy. It's very simple to use. You can customize the colors, the layout, whatever you'd like to do. And as it says there, over 200 templates to start with. So you can get a lot of the creative juices flowing if you're looking at templates. And you can start from fresh too, but it's always good to start with a template. If you're kind of lost, if you're kind of at a block, you don't know what you want to look for, don't know how you want it to look, you can use the templates too. They're fully customizable as well. It's flexible, it's mobile responsive. So when you're scheduling emails, you can preview what it looks like to someone on a desktop or laptop. You can also see what it looks like on a tablet or a phone and kind of see where you need to make some adjustments. And also sending and tracking. You can track your emails, like I said earlier. You can track the progress of your open rate and your click-through rate and what people are interested in watching and seeing on emails, and what's the most popular section of the email. And also, you schedule emails ahead of time. We usually hit the chamber. Excuse me. Usually do just one a week from Constant Contact. That's just our newsletter typically, unless we have something special come up that needs to be sent out right away. But usually we'll schedule those on Thursday or Friday. You got Monday, but you can schedule that for much further out if you would like. If you want to do an email campaign and schedule out multiple ones, you can do that. So continue on the email marketing service. Some social marketing. You can also, like I said a minute ago, you can post to your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. All you have to do is connect those accounts through Constant Contact. Usually you log in with your personal account information, and it'll show you, to link your personal or your business information. And of course, you go to your business information. It's really easy to use. I'll browse over that too for you guys. And you can also schedule the social posts as well. It's similar to, I'm not sure if you guys watched our previous webinar on Hootsuite, but Hootsuite is a social media scheduling tool as well. It's what we use a lot of. Most of the time, the only time we ever use anything for the social media scheduling portion of Constant Contact here at the Chamber is for the newsletter. Most of our other things, as I'm sure you guys have seen, the Blue Ribbon Reopening Program and some other things we post on the social media, most of that comes through Hootsuite because it goes to all your accounts simultaneously. It's no fuss, super easy to use. And you can also activate your email marketing automation. So when someone joins your email list, or for a welcome email, but you can also auto resend to people who don't open the email. But of course, you got to kind of walk the line there. You don't want to beat down their inbox. If someone doesn't open your email, you don't want to continually send to them, because that's the way you get blocked or unsubscribed. So the partner and the pricing and association partner program they have at the Constant Contact, of course, with most services, you get a free trial. They've got a free 30-day trial, but you must close your account within the first 30 days to receive a 100% refund if you aren't interested. Their price is based on the number of contacts. The basic plan starts at $20 a month, and the plus plan is about $45 a month. And with most of the number of contacts you're going to have, the Chamber, I think our plan goes up to 5,000 contacts, I believe, and we stay right around 2,000 or 2,500, usually somewhere in there. So we're nowhere near the 5,000. 5,000 contacts is a lot of folks to have in your subscription list too. But their association partner program, it's exclusive for Chamber members only. So lucky you, being a member of the Chamber, you can save 25% on your Constant Contact account if you choose to go this route with if you have a newsletter or a sales newsletter that you want to send out. And there's the link there below. I'll show you guys the link here later on too when I go on to Constant Contact's website and the hands-on portion. But it's great. It's a great program to use. If you get to join Constant Contact first, then you have to contact them and let them know that you're a member of the Chamber, and they verify that. And it's a pretty simple process. We have several members of the Chamber that are doing that now. We've been contacted about that. I didn't know that until that's been a few years ago. But it's a great program to have, and a lot of things you can save money being a member of the Chamber. So some resources for you whenever you're designing your first newsletter. Constant Contact's got a lot of great services they have themselves just to go for. In not most places, they have a blog with some upcoming webinars and tips. And webinars are typically free to attend. So if you're thinking, like I know, Lainey, earlier you mentioned how to reduce your emails going to spam. They have webinars and tips on that too. And just a side tip about that, if your emails are going to spam, make sure you're not using a lot of in all caps for your subject line or a lot of exclamation points. Because I know for myself, I know you guys feel this as well, but when you get the emails saying, join us for this, all in caps, all free, event, exclamation point, dozens of those. That is obviously spam right off the get-go most of the time. But unfortunately, some people still use that though, and it can be kind of confusing. So make your subject lines engaging, make people want to click on them. Also, their knowledge base. Their knowledge base is kind of a library of help topics, and you can go by specific topics. They also have video tutorials, quick start guides, and step-by-step instruction. It's really helpful if you're brand new to the newsletter game and creating your newsletter. It's really helpful. And they also have some stuff about email campaigns too. They have best practices about industry. So they also include typical open rate percentages and click-through rate percentages for chambers. for staffing agencies, for arts and entertainment industries. So it's good to check those out and get some ideas from others that are doing the same stuff that you're doing. Just some of the best tips for those too. And also they have some template design tips. Also some more resources. I always have to include this whenever I do a presentation when it comes to anything. Royalty-free photos and videos. If you guys haven't used Pexels, Pixabay, or Unsplash, they're great resources because if you go on Google and search, fireworks for 4th of July, you don't want to go downloading random pictures from random people because you don't know if they're copyrighted. And sometimes they're copyrighted and you can get in trouble. We don't want that. So if you visit these 3 resources, they are royalty-free, 100% free videos and photos from Pexels. Pixabay does photos, videos, and vector graphics. Vector graphics are basically just clip art. And Unsplash is photos too. Those are great resources. I use them all the time. In fact, most of the presentations that I make are from one of these sites. So they're great resources for you there. So some hands-on time. We get out of this presentation real quick and we'll go. Hang on one second, guys. Let's see. Okay, so this is Content Contact's website here. And as I mentioned earlier, email marketing, a lot of great templates, information on the automation, their Facebook, Instagram ads, campaign ideas, and free trial information, their website design tool, and their services and help section. Their knowledge base is great for, pull up that tab, search for specific topics. Also video tutorials on how to, set up your account, all the way from set up your account to setting up your SEO tools. So it's really helpful to have those in case you have questions and things like that. Whoop, don't log me out. And then also their partner program too, the association program. It'll be under the chamber section here. Let me see. I'm gonna post this link in here for you guys for the discount program too, for being a member of the chamber. Put that in the chat for you guys if you want to read more on the savings program with Constant Contact through being a member of the chamber. So we're going to jump on into just some hands-on time, just kind of just show you guys a quick tutorial on how to use this. As you see here in front of me, or on your screen too, you see all the chambers recent newsletter we have. And I'm very picky when it comes to doing my newsletters, so I like to put the what it is, the date, just so I know. But for instance, let's go one that has a little better open rate from recently. Let's do our expo. We're still planning to do an expo. So what you can do is your previous emails. So Lainey said you're not seeing my screen. Is anybody else not seeing the screen? Okay. So Leroy, it says you're not seeing my screen. Can you see anything now? You should be able to see it. Is anybody else having that problem? Okay, I don't see more comments about the screen not working, so I'm not sure what the issue is, Leroy, but I'll give you guys the link though to the video later on. You're more welcome to check it out later. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like everybody else can see it. Lainey says she can. So Leroy, if you have an issue seeing the screen, we'll have this video recorded and posted later, so check it out later. I'm also happy to share the slide deck with you and things like that. So if you look at passive newsletter, you can visit your click rate, open rate, and down here you can see where most people are clicking at. As the chamber is always our jobs, events, the video usually, So those top ones, but some people don't click as much on our on the side sections. But let's see, we got in the chat here. Laura says, I'll tell my rat to run faster. So as far as creating your first newsletter, it's really simple to use. You can go to create here, and you can get one done. As soon as you start your first one, it's easy. Every week I do these. I just copy one from the past week myself. You can copy there and just update it every week and tweak it from each week to each week. But here we can start. You can start doing. You can also schedule events too. Social posts, as I mentioned earlier, email automation. But today we'll just stick with the emails since we're pressed for time today. And here you can go to templates. So as you see, nonprofit, of course, the chamber's got a nonprofit account, so that's showing all that first to us. There's stuff about reopening, Pride Month, 4th of July, all that good stuff. So let's say, hang on, Leroy just texted me. I'm not sure what the issue is, Leroy, but I will be happy to share with I'll share you the link later though once you see it, and you can go through the presentation later on. Thanks for texting me though, because I was wondering who's texting me at 10:30 in the morning. So let's say, let's do 4th of July since it's coming up. So 4th of July fireworks. There are some templates there for you to use. We'll just grab this one right here, just for example's sake. And some of these, some of these also have gifts in them as the template. You can take that off, you can change it, or leave it the same if you want to. But a lot of these templates, they're pretty basic as you see. It's like state the benefit, of what you're offering, link. So definitely don't want to leave that way. You either want to take it off or customize it yourself. So shop name, that's not going to do. So you can either place the image here, or you can go here to your own images, a bunch of ones the chamber's got, and we'll just use the chamber logo. And we'll just drag that over, pop it over there. And that's real small, we don't want that. Delete these sections out of here and go back to that logo and grab that corner. Get that as big as you want to, and maybe not be wild about that tan background. So let's change that over here under the design tab. There's an inner background section right there. You can change that to whatever color you want. But with the chamber marketing, we're going to keep it white. So your attention grabbing headline, you can type in, happy 4th of July. Let's see, happy 4th of July. And let's say from the chamber. You get that kind of information, and I'll typically put our social media on there too. So if you go over here to the left side under the build section, you can add images, text, buttons to action buttons to click on, spacers, dividers. But you can also go over here to more, and you can add videos too, which is what we use every week for our One Thing newsletter. We just link our YouTube video to the email, and they'll auto-generate the thumbnail there for you. But for today's sake, we'll put the social link on here. So just grab that, and it'll pop right in there. And it autofills your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So all you have to do is click that box right there, and go to Edit, and up here on the left side of your screen, those are all the links for each one. So this one just defaults, Facebook. Well, since ours are linked, ours are already linked. So it says Facebook, Chamber, and Twitter. There's our Etowah Chamber Twitter. There's our Instagram. There's our LinkedIn. So it autofills those. But if it doesn't, all you have to go to is your social media, pull up your link, your specific link to your business organization, and just copy it and paste it and put in that box right there. And in case, say you don't have a LinkedIn, you don't want a LinkedIn button there if you don't have one there, right? So you can actually take those away too. Just hit delete, take it away, done. But those are easy to use. And as always, you want to double check your your links. So make sure those links are right. Make sure you check those. So let's see. I know the Gadsden Patriots Association is having fireworks on 4th of July. So let's top up that real quick. Gadsden, Etowah. Patriots Association. 4th of July celebration. So let's see, make some little more exciting than just that plain Jane text. So wherever the event's at that you link it to, you can just snag that from, here's the Chamber's calendar, pull it here, for example. You can just grab your URL up there and let's see, you can also, your buttons you can link to email. So if you want someone to contact you about submitting a special deal or submitting a job, something like that, you can do email too. You can enter your email address and say email Will Mackey there in the text to display, and then put your address in there and it'll email you. For this one, we're just going to use a web page. So we don't want call to action, that's kind of boring. Find out more here. And then that link I just copied, pop that in there, insert it, and save. And you can also customize these buttons too. Doesn't have to be orange. You can change to, let's say, red if you want to. And just a little something about the fireworks. Copy the description of what you want, or just type that out and paste that in there. But there we go. Just spruce it up some. In these sections that you don't have anything in, if there's templates that autofill, you don't have to use those. You can just click on the image or the box, whatever it may be, and there's your options there for that. You can just delete that. Delete that, don't want that either. That's kind of the basics of getting started with it. And I'll show you guys the one we use at the Chamber's newsletter, just to give you an idea of how to further build your emails. But you can also change the background. What if you don't want this gray background with your 4th of July? You want something a little more fun. Over here on the design tab, you can change your outer background color, the pattern, the inner background I mentioned a minute ago. That's the sections over here. You can change your default text whenever you're adding text or any text. So for headlines, that should be right here we're looking at. Yeah, and you can change colors that way. Let's do blue. That sounds fine. Yeah, some good red, white, and blue. Featured articles down at the bottom. Change that to let's say keep that black. That white on the black pops pretty good. And you can add your links here too. Instead of saying link there, I'll just use one, for example, in the Chamber's event calendar. That's our event calendar by itself. And you go over here and take this link out. You go edit and click here for more. Click here for more events, and then just put that URL in there, and then insert it. And you can take these away too as you see fit. Just click on those boxes, delete those, and you can edit this text. It's real small there. Don't want that small. Bump it up to say 20. We'll bold it. People see when they open the email. But as far as changing the background, anything like that in the color scheme, you'll find that here in the design section. So maybe you want to keep that same pattern. It's kind of a fun 4th of July pattern with, looks like stars, I guess. I can't really tell. It's kind of starfish too. Don't really know. But you can change that here in the section here on the background. And you can change your background to plain if you don't want anything at all. You can do no pattern. You can do this floral pattern there too. So it's super easy to use, super user friendly, but kind of give you guys an idea too of, let's see, of the one for the Chamber. We're working on a healthcare manufacturing job fair in July with several of our community partners. I know Yeah, I see David's on the call with the IDA here at our building at the chamber. They're helping out with us get this word out there for those folks who are hiring in the healthcare manufacturing industry. But this is a sample of the newsletter that'll be going out next week. As you guys know, it's usually the one thing video there. Those are the links that we showed a minute ago where it said link at the bottom of the page. That'll take you to those specific pages on our site, because those are the most popular links that I found after looking over the period of several months to a year that people were interested in. So that's why I want to put at the top of the email. There's the video, the YouTube video. You'll see here, as soon as you link your video, your YouTube video, or it also works with Vimeo too and several other platforms, you put the link in there and then it'll auto-generate the thumbnail there for you. You can add in pictures too. There's one for the census, for example, because the census is important. If you haven't taken it, take the census. And if you know someone who hasn't taken it, tell them to take it. But you can add images. So you can upload your own images here. And when you upload those, it'll pop up over in the section on the left side over there, and you just click that and drag it. You can replace there. You can stick right there between that one, wherever you want to. But I copied a lot of this information out of an email we got from the folks doing the census too, about why it's important, things like that. I love their picture there, for the love of Alabama, take your census. I love that. And then there's a few more links at the bottom there for, community events, submit community events, things like that. And then if you're interested in building more stuff, you can also add spacers, because something's too close together. So I don't like how close our social media links and those tabs are together. I don't like that. So you can put a divider there if you want to. It's basically just putting in a line, if you will. You can edit that line, the width of it, how far down space, how far up space, the width of it right here. So bump that to 10, just so you guys can see that. Change what kind, if you dashed or solid, the color of the line. But you also do spacers. Spacers don't have a color. So if you want to add a little bit of space or something, here's the blank space. You can grab that bar right there and as much space as you want, or as little. One tidbit of wisdom is when you use spacers, it looks kind of funky sometimes on the mobile app. Or not mobile app, the mobile version of the email. So be careful with those. Here's where you can add some text, add buttons. An example of button is right here. For more information, register here on the job fair. You just grab that, put it down here, and then edit that. There's a link web page right there. Edit that as you want to. There's also more, I said, you can put your social media links on there, video, and also a read more button, to read more about it, this certain press release, you can put that in there too. Also some action blocks that you can also link event RSVPs. You can do polls. You can do SurveyMonkey. If you have SurveyMonkey, you can link your SurveyMonkey to this too. I tried it earlier. It works pretty well. It's just the same as linking your social media to this as well. And if you don't want just plain Jane text, you can put, let's see if I have an on that. I don't have any samples there, but that's plain text. That's plain text with a color background. So you can pop that on there and put your headline there, whatever you want, but you don't want that flat black background. Change the background there. That. And there's some more examples. I mean, I'm sure if you've seen PowerPoint or used Publisher or anything like that, then you're familiar with these, the illustrations. Plain text, picture and plain text with a background, and just different layouts you put in there. There's, I think one of the layouts I used, was here, right here for the example. For the left side of the picture there, and some information on the right side. Looks good together side by side. So that's what I use for those. And as far as when you're sending an email, something that catches your eye, looking to hire or apply, save the date from us. That's helpful to have that as well. Instead of saying, using all exclamation points, using all caps, that usually gets flagged as spam, and you don't end up in the spam box. So that's kind of the quick rundown on that. When it comes to contacts, you can upload Excel spreadsheets into this, and it'll do that. In the Chamber's case, we actually have our Chamber Master system, which is our membership management software we use. We have it linked to Constant Contacts. Every time we have a member join the Chamber or we add someone on someone's account, it automatically links to our Constant Contact information, so there's no having to constantly update. One thing is, if someone's no longer employed by a certain employer, it doesn't take them off the list. So we have to do that ourselves. We have to manually remove them. But you can add contacts. You do one at a time. You can type in or paste them. You can upload from, upload from files to the Excel spreadsheet. You can also upload from your Outlook contacts or Gmail contacts. So the reporting section here, that's where you can go see, the statistics on your open rates and your click-through rates. See there's the last one we did, the entry level and service job there. We sent that many as opens, clicks. It's helpful to know if it's effective, and it's kind of fun to test and play around with too. If you're not familiar with it, you can test and play around and see how that works, and see how different subject lines affect different things. You can also add sign-up forms. We don't use this, but you can do that for Facebook leads and landing pages too. Your library, that's just going to be all the pictures and things you've uploaded. It's smart also. I think you're limited to, it's 1 or 2 gigabytes on the free plan. We're limited to 2 gigabytes as you see there, but we have quite a few images, and it says we're only 15 megabytes of 2 gigs. So we still got a long way to go, but it's good to keep that kind of cleaned up as we do, just so you aren't having to search for things. Social, pull that up there for you. So that's what I mentioned about earlier, the social posting aspect. There, it gives you notifications, the same notifications as you would see on your Instagram or Facebook page. And of course, there's the logo. Facebook's there, Instagram's there. But you can look at your past posts too, and see all of your impressions and your reach and how many people engage with that post. And you can see, break it down by country. Clearly, most of ours are in the U.S. Not sure, I didn't know we had anybody up in Alaska, but and then you can also add your accounts and take them off. So you can add your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, and your LinkedIn. And we don't use the integrations very often, but if you can add your social media on there too. But you can also add things like SalesMonkey and WordPress for your website, and Google too, and Eventbrite. So if you have an event that you have to Eventbrite, you can add those. All the chamber's invitations go through Chairmaster, so we don't really use it for that. But it's very friendly to use, very user friendly. Yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up though. Just kind of for the quick rundown of everything. So with all that being said, I want to hear from you guys. Does anybody have any questions or would like to unmute themselves to ask questions? Let me get the link to where the recording will be later if you guys want to check that out, if you don't have any questions at the moment. And there's the link in the chat out there for the webinars. And as you guys see on the screen too, in case you're wondering, every webinar we've done so far is in this list. So if you guys want to look back on any subject or any webinar, feel free to have at it. I got a question for Philip Paul. Can you use an email campaign post and place it in social media? Yes, sir, you can, Philip. I didn't cover that, but yeah, you can. So let's see. I'll just use this untitled one here, and I'll show you guys how it works. So basically, if you create a newsletter, you can also have post to social media too. Strongly suggest before you send any email, anytime, there's a button here, check and preview. You can preview it, you can send test and check for errors. If you have a broken link or a link doesn't work, it'll test those errors for you. But to preview, it'll show you what it looks like on your desktop. That's what it's like most desktops or mobile. And you see mobile is a lot skinnier column there. So we'll go ahead and continue though on to the posting social media. So here's where you actually add your contact lists. So all active and courtesy reps from the chamber, those are all chamber member representatives, chamber employees, some media and general interest. We actually have a lot of folks that subscribe to the newsletter that are just from the general public that see it on our website and will subscribe to it. But I'll just go to chamber employees now and this is a test. I'll schedule out later and I'll just take it off there. So let's see, we'll go to schedule. And that is scheduled to send out via email. And then down here, what you'll do is, so their social posts, you can schedule posts here. So that's where that's at, Philip. And they suggest doing recurring posts, which you can do, and they'll give you the options here for Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, tomorrow at whatever time, next Wednesday at whatever time, and Saturday. Usually we just use one, so you can go in there and change that how you want to. And that'll be the link that it says, so you can just happy 4th of July from the chamber. July from the chamber. And it's really simple with that aspect. And they autofill these the thumbnails that come with it. I don't like any of them. So if you have one that fits their ratio aspect, you can actually pop that in there, and I'll show you guys. You can upload one yourself and put that on there. So let's use the one thing logo we use for the newsletter itself. Put that in there, and then when they post, it will post to those social media outlets and use that. But personally, I like using that's good to share in the newsletter, and we still use that with the chamber. But I also create a separate one though for the social posts too, because all of our newsletters we actually post. The chamber's got a blog, so whenever we send out the newsletters, we post that to our blog as well. And then I just usually do a social post with the link to the blog most of the time. Do we have any more questions before we wrap up? So questions going once, going twice. Okay, so we'll get this recording turned off. So guys, thank y'all for attending this morning's webinar on communicating with your customers using constant contact. Hope it was helpful. If you have any questions at all, you can always call me at the office or email me. I'm happy to help out, answer any questions you might have. So I'll stop this recording. You guys have a great day.